You're
Okay,
locked.
we're recording. It is the 7th of November, and we are all here. Awesome. We skipped last week because Steve and Nancy had trick-or-treaters, and we had a trick-or-treater
They
in the
finally showed up. Yeah.
in the name of George and Rose and said, "Hey, you want to go to dinner with us?" And we're like, "Yeah, my thing just canceled, so yeah."
How fun. How fun. How fun.
Where were all your trick-or-treaters, Nan?
They came, but they didn't come as early. They came later.
Oh,
We could have easily either because there's a lot of younger kids. We figured they'd come, as soon as like 5:30. They were like 6:30. I guess they're not little kids anymore. They look little to me, but they came from about 6:30 till which is real unusual, until I shut down at 6:45, I think. So what did I say? 6:30? No, not till
It's only 15 minutes.
Maybe I did quarter to. I gave him. I don't know. I think I gave him till 9 o'clock. After that, it was like, okay, I'm over it. So it turned on. But Mojo helped me greet him at the door, and everybody thought he was adorable, and he was happy. And somebody said, "Will he run out?" And I go, "Are you kidding me? This cat knows he might grumble, but he knows he's got a good deal. He does not go toward that door at all." Yeah,
That's actually kind of funny, isn't it?
it's just anyway.
So why don't you, Nancy, why don't you give us a check-in? I know you had a doctor's appointment today.
Yeah.
Update us.
Let somebody else go first.
Okay.
Just it's not bad. I'm just, oh well, I'll get it over. Nothing. It just is what it is right now. It is what it is. And check back in 2 months, and it's healing slow. And why don't you try this lift in your shoe? And I go, really? Okay, that's not really how I want to live. Okay, let's do it for now. And my knee is honest to God, he was moving it back and forth. I have a knee replacement on that one, and you could feel it. Just it was like Lucy says, okay, because I told him when I go to make a quick turn, my knee gives, and I never know when it's going to happen. And it's not my femur where it's, I mean, that's another achy, whatever it is, but it gives. So he wants to put some friggin' knee brace on me. I did that 8 years ago before I had my knee replacement. And he says, maybe it was loose before and you didn't notice it. And I go, nah, I would have noticed this. And let's just put one of those things that keeps it in alignment for what might have happened was band stretched when, in the injury and in the surgery. So I said, okay. And there's nothing he would recommend doing right now. He says there are surgical things we could do, but I don't know that it would alleviate what's going on right now. So let's wait 2 months. And I said, fine, works for me. I didn't want to do anything for Christmas anyway, whatever. So I walked out, and I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I should be glad of a number of things. I just felt sad. But I did say to him at the very end, just tell me one thing. Because I described, how I had been living before all this stuff last year and this year. And I go, am I expecting too much? Like, is this just the best it's going to be? And I have to accept this? And he went, no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, there's nothing right this moment and he's that next step up. And like he says, I'm the end of the line for getting feedback. And I go, well, how heartening that was, but he says, I'm the last one you go to when everything else doesn't work. And I go, okay. Anyway, and don't ask me why. I told Steve, I said, and I'm better now, but I just felt sad. I felt sad because it felt like, even though he said, no, you're not out of alignment, expecting better, and like to think it can heal and get better, but it felt like it didn't feel that way. It felt like this is it. This is it. So I have to work. I have to just not get hung up on that, but I can't power into, in 2 months, blah, 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 blah. I'll do that tomorrow. Today, it's just like, shit. I just wanted to be healed. That's my, And he said,
It probably wasn't too much of a surprise.
yeah, I didn't really know what he was going to say, but it's like, it's just, in, I think Steve asked the question, and it's just not healing like you would have expected to heal. A little bit of time will tell if it's called a non-union, where it won't go back and heal. And then that's when they look to do something. But he said, and he wants to pump me with another vitamin, Steve, another D other than, Steve showed him a picture of what we take, and he says, well, toss that. They don't believe in anything that's not prescription pill form. So anyway, well, I'll do what I can do for 2 months. Anyway, so the good news is, I just got to keep it rehabbing, and I can go back to exercising with somebody who works with rehab, and I'll need to get back in gear and build those muscles. So I'm fine. I'm just, isn't it terrible when you really you didn't expect to hear anything bad, but you just feel whiny. I just feel whiny. And it seems so ungrateful, but I just feel, anyway. So that's a part of where I'm at. And the other part is that's it. That's I'm good with that. I didn't go to, Colorado. That was a disappointment, but we had a honest talk about how that navigating it would have been just such a, I don't want to say she didn't feel like a burden, but it was a burden to have all of this work with. And on a good news though, last night the kids called me. I'll just share this real quick because Strider had applied to, you probably know where these are, Eliza, to the, I think it's the University of Colorado, whatever's in Greeley.
Yeah. UNC, University of Northern Colorado in Greeley.
Northern Colorado, okay,
Yeah.
which has a very good theater and music program. Now, he doesn't know if he's been accepted into the theater part of it, or that's not yet. And they only take like 25 students a year for that. But
Wow.
he's accepted by the school. Now, here's a kid that has spent most of his life working with speech therapists, occupational therapists for motor skills that just weren't easy, and always had a tough time in school. If you tested him audio, he'd do fine. But if he's got to write down the answers or see them, and he's not dyslexic, but that just doesn't translate. He can give you a book report. He can't, he doesn't have that. So he struggled through a lot of things all the way through junior high. They hit the pandemic his freshman year. And that kid has been, I don't know if he's made it this year, but he's been virtually on the honor roll ever since he hit high school. We don't know what happened. So Holly is so excited. He's so excited that he got the acceptance right away from, yeah. So anyway, that's the good news,
Wow.
Now comes the fun part of paying for it. But oh well,
Hmm.
There's ways. Anyway, that's me.
All right. It's a lot. So, okay, good. Thank you. All right, Linda, why don't you jump in? You're unmuted.
Oh. That took me by surprise because I didn't remember unmuting myself. I know it happened right when I first got on. I undid it. So actually I feel like it's been a really nice week. I've had a hard time. My sister keeps texting me and I have it on do not disturb, but I keep getting the notification. So anyway, that's what this flipping, if I do that, you know what I'm doing is just getting rid of her. So I've been having a hard time, but the last few days have just been really, really nice. I have to say, I just got to this place of, well, I've been feeling really overworked, and just almost burned out, you know, really just not wanting to do much and feeling like I needed to really reevaluate my life. And I've been given time to do that. So I had 2 jobs this week, and one of them canceled, and the other one came back early. And so I've had several days of being able to wake up when I wanted to. I still woke up at the same time, but it was like, I want to wake. I mean, it's nice that I'm on a schedule, and I've been able to. I mean, my room is still a disaster, but I mean, it's part of I was reminding myself this afternoon that part of getting organized is creating a tornado, you know, creating the whole mess, you know. So I'm in the midst of the mess, but I feel like energy's moving again. And so it just feels really, really good to, I feel like I'm been with myself, you know, I'm catching up on paperwork, I'm catching up on a lot of stuff. So, I'm making lists so that way I'm feeling a little more at least grounded in what my all my things to do are, you know, and so I can prioritize easier. And so anyway, the way that the whole my schedule's just opened up has been really nice. One of the things was being concerned about finances because I wasn't working, and I just ended up last night. I spent a whole bunch of time and ended up realizing how I could do a balance transfer and make some room. And I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. You know, it's like I just consolidate a little and it'll be fine. So all my worries was like, oh, look, it's like, that's what I feel like. A lot of the stuff I've been concerned about for a long time is starting to fall into place since that moon eclipse. I didn't even pay that much attention to it when it was happening, but boy, did I notice the difference afterwards. So, so anyway, so all's pretty good here.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Steve or Kate? Steve, okay, good job.
Well, one thing Nancy didn't mention is that there is some frivolity and fun, and that the Christmas fairies started unveiling themselves today, and Edges of Christmas is coming in. In fact, there's a whole mantle that has fun stuff going on with it.
Yep, there we go. There's some right
And
there.
trees in the background, yeah. So I think she's trying to talk, but she's on mute. But anyway, so that's been kind of a fun energy. She and the organizer that we work with did a ton of work today, and you know, we're in that stage now where stuff is out, you know, before it's placed. So I'm sure that there is order coming amidst the chaos. It's evolving and feeling like fun. Anyway, so that's there. I'm doing fine. I mean, you know, my feeling excited about the upcoming trip that I've got going on with the pickleball stuff. And you know, I had a tournament last Sunday and just did absolutely miserably,
Oh, no.
but had fun anyway, you know, so that was the main thing. And, so that's out there. You know, work has been light because we're in the midst of we can't build anything right now because all of our systems are getting ready for big sales and the Black Friday and all the holiday stuff. So when that occurs, they just put an absolute zero change in effect for all of the data centers. So we have all these projects that are in flight that are like rushing down the road, rushing down the road, rushing down the road. Stop. So that's where we're at now. So it's been kind of quiet at work, you know, catching up on the systems and the documentation and stuff that I do. So it's one of those times for reflection, I guess, which I haven't done a lot of, but I now have the time to do some of that. So other than that, feeling fine.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Kate, feels like you got a bunch to catch us up on too. How's life at your house?
It's been a little nuts. You know, poor Shirley went from that horrible back thing, which she finishes her last physical therapy Thursday. So she went from that to terrible reaction to the medication, where her stomach, she was just violently ill for days and days. Then we got through that. Then she got vertigo. Then she broke a tooth. And then we got her in to get the tooth fixed, and it wasn't okay. And 2 days later, we realized there was an exposed bone. So back she goes. So she's leaving Friday to go to Connecticut to babysit for 10 or 12 days. So now our energy is all focused on getting her packed up, ready to go, making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy time. Just a crazy time. I'm still tired, but I'm looking forward to about having some space. I'm joining Steve in the space. I'm joining Linda in the just get it together thing. So I'm just kind of trying to be cool this week and just, keep getting her done. I had an interesting experience last weekend. Was it? Yeah, that's when she came over. I decided after much, oh my God, so much back and forthing that I was practically dizzy, not to get the newest COVID shot because my doctor recommends that you don't get it. And so I did a lot of research on that, and the strain that they designed it for 100% for ended last April. And they say it'll be helpful for these other two, they think maybe, but they're not a deal right now either. So it's like putting something in your body and if it wasn't that I might take a bet on it, but I get so sick from that shot. Even after I learned to take meclizine for days ahead of time and do all these things, as soon as I get the shot, like within 15 seconds, I feel the nausea, I feel the dizziness. It's just like this. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But it was an odd thing because since COVID and since we finally got um, the vaccines, you felt a little safer out there, sort of. And then we had a friend over Friday because I was teaching some stuff, and she came over and gave me a big hug. And my initial response was, "Oh, I'm not dead." And so it's interesting to try and learn how to live in that space. Because I'm pretty sure I made the right decision. Because when we were going to go get the shots, as soon as I was sick to my stomach immediately, just at the thought of it. Now Shirley got hers; she's fine. She doesn't have the kind of reaction that I do. So I'm trying not to, I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I don't want to walk around in this world like this, so I think I'm going to need to get to the place where I trust that my decision was the right decision and that, it'll be okay. And if I get COVID, whatever, it's probably not a good picture for me, but maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. We tease ourselves because we're like, well, we're two of the two remaining people in the United States that haven't had COVID yet. And we'd like to keep it that way. But I am glad that she has hers because she's off airplaning and, kidding, and they're going to be all over the place. So yeah, that's just interesting. I'm still pretty crispy. It's been a heck of about 6 weeks time. So it seems like you think we're okay, we're getting there, and then boom, something else strange happens. So me and the kitties are going to look forward. We will miss Shirley, but we are going to look forward to like maybe just like nothing, like nothingness. Be glad for that. Ready for some nothingness. And let's see. Oh, the other wedding I told you about after we got through the first shower. I did some investigative stuff and some quiet reporting. She's planning to have a very small wedding with only immediate family, which doesn't include us. And she's not sure she wants to do anything traditional like a wedding shower. I'm like, well, you just let us know.
Perfect.
You know, I'm going to suggest when we get closer, how would you like us to just give you a wedding shower by gift card by mail shower?
Right.
Yep. How would that be? That'd be lovely. So, yay. So the actual wedding for my niece is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And it's a afternoon wedding, and then they're just going to have like a reception there because they're taking off for Jamaica like at 6 o'clock. So they aren't going to have the big, they decided not to spend the money on the big hoopla because then they'd have to drive in the middle of the night to Chicago. So we will go to the wedding. I don't know that we'll go to the after reception thing because Shirley can't drive after dark. Hers is the car we take out of town. And it gets dark here in Illinois at 4 o'clock in November. So, we may just go see the lovely wedding, get back in the car, and come home. And that would be fine because Shirley won this award. Like there was 3 of them in Illinois for, I don't know, whatever that was. Nancy's nodding her head. Distinguished live senior citizens that
Yeah.
changed the world or whatever that was.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to have this reception in Springfield in early November, and the other 2 people are from Chicago, so they decided to do a reception down here with the governor's office. So that's going to be in the afternoon of the 28th. And they're having this big hoopla there. And again, we can't get home after dark. So we're gonna figure all that out. But we got little things here and there coming. And you know how I always talk about how I should quit volunteering to do all the stuff I make up. I make, and I've gotten a little bit better, but for some reason, this Christmas, I decided to make all of our support people, like the 2 ladies that clean our house and our egg lady that brings us eggs and the greens people that live next door, I'm making their grandchildren woobles, the little stuffed. So I have this huge stack of woobles now, and I have about 7 to go. And I am so sick of woobles, I'll just tell you. But they will love them. They will be delighted. And I'll be ready to put them away when I get the last few done. I am just like woobling my hands off. I'm like, what were you thinking? But I do that a lot. What were you thinking? So, and next week, one of my goals next week, because it's hanging over my head, I volunteered to do the family history for my uncle because it's for him. And it's been sitting in my computer. I'm going to get it typed up next week. So it's not hanging over my head. All it is going to take is space and time where I can go through all these strange emails and duplicates. Like he sent me duplicates of pictures like 7 times. And some of them had different titles on them than the other ones. And I'm like, I started to do it and it got so complicated because he's like, no, that first one I sent you, that wasn't Uncle Earl on the left. That was Uncle John. And I'm like, oh, crap. And so I'm trying to go through all these pictures. Next week, I'm going to just lay it all out. Get myself a little data sheet, figure it out, and send it to him and say Happy Thanksgiving. And that will no longer be hanging over my head, which it's getting heavier and heavier. It wasn't heavy when I volunteered to do it. It is heavy now. So I'm going to get her done.
Awesome.
So that's my big long wrap up.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, so I got to spend a few days with Amy and her family. That was really fun. And then I was in Springfield, and then I came back on a Monday night, and on Wednesday we went to Louisiana to see the new baby, and we came back on Thursday, and Rachel was here yesterday, and we leave tomorrow. So it's been a little bit crazy. And the craziest thing of all of it is this week is the Interim Ministry Network annual conference in which I'm presenting in the middle of this week. I don't know what I was thinking. And I've sorted it out where I'm doing it Friday morning, so that's fine. But then I'm like, wait a minute. That means I'm registered for the conference. There's amazing, really, really, really cool things all week long, including right now, that I can't attend. Like, that didn't work out very well. So that causes me to go, what were you thinking? And what I was thinking is, oh, cool, another place to speak. And then I started to think, do you even want to do that anymore? so I'm doing this real sort of internal kind of, what would I love if I had it my way? What would it be? And I'm stumped, actually. I'm all over the place. So that's very curious. And Rob said a couple days ago, are you excited to be in Arizona? I'm like, I mean, kind of, but I'm not ready to leave here. It's just like, I think I do this every time we move, though. I was aware of that. I'm like, I mean, fall here has been absolutely glorious. It was such a pretty weekend and day today. I never even got outside today, but so pretty. And I like it. And my soul loves Arizona, so I'm sure I'll be glad to be there. But right now, my sister and my mom and my aunts were all there, so they can't wait for us to get there because they want to do things. And I'm like, okay. So all of that.
Are you done in Springfield now?
I'm going to be there through the end of January because the new minister starts January 1st, and I'm going to do a
Right.
month of crossover.
And then no more interim for you for a while.
Right. There's nothing else. I mean, I'm going to Ohio for a 1 weekend thing, and I'm working in Spokane, so I still got that. I have a second interview at Wimberley on Sunday. Oh, in the midst of this move. So, and I'm like, some days I'm like, yo, God, that's so perfect. Yes, absolutely. And then in 5 minutes, I'm like, what the hell are you thinking about? Why would you do that? So it's so all over the place. It's very curious. And I was talking to Nancy and I were talking the other day, and I'm like, she's like, I don't really get a sense. And I go, I don't feel like there's any, I feel like our intuition, our predictive intuition it's like disengaged because it's all new. Like we used to, like the patterns were so laid out, trajectories were laid out before. And now in this new consciousness, it's like, well, what do you want? Well, let's do that. And like, so there's like, you can't really do this prediction thing. I mean, that's my experience right now, for certainly for myself, but even other people, I'm looking, well, yeah, you could do that, or yeah, you could not. I don't think it matters. It's very different. So maybe it's about just really being in the moment, enjoying the moment. Yes. So yeah. So
Hey, I just want to say, you mean this shit's been real all this time we've been doing this?
I know, maybe. I mean,
Really?
but is that the good news or the bad news? Maybe it's the good news. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't really have anything I don't really have anything kind of big, but I think what's moving for me, thinking about for us tonight, is just the word that comes is surrender, but I don't mean it in the way that we used to use surrender, but just almost a gentle allowing of what is, like acceptance and clarity for what the next step. Like, do I take a D vitamin? Do I do another interview? Do I look for another interim? Do I look for more job, or do I move my money around, or do I find another pickleball camp, or do I get my uncle's book done? Do I just making it all, oh, I'm going to do that, boom, it's done. Oh, I'll do that, boom, it's done. Oh, that feels good, I'll do that direction. Oh, that doesn't, I'm going to go. I mean, just that ease. So what's the word? I've said surrender, acceptance, ease, all of that sort of, that clarity is a word I like.
And I kind of get flow out of it too.
Oh yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because flow to me is no non-resistance.
Hmm.
If you're in resistance, you can't have flow, but if you're moving, Oh, look at my beautiful fingernails that Mackenzie gave me. Well, not that one, or not that one, or not that one, but these. Not fun. They're stick-ons. Mackenzie did that. She's 10. No, she's 11 tomorrow.
Oh, she did a good job.
I always look at Nancy's beautiful fingernails and I always wished I had them, but I hate them.
Oh, you can buy these at a local shop. They just, look, they're mine. They're, yeah. Hey, you know what? I was not to interrupt, but I was,
I just lost another one just a minute ago. Just
You
peeling right
gotta
off.
be- I was just thinking, a thought came through as you were talking about, to hold that flow in that. It just popped in that said, what if you look, the always this, what if you look back, whatever day, and this was a good day. This was a great day because I had to have that moment because I have this guy that helps me do the decorating, and he is so sweet. He's, I could adopt him. We could be family. We are family. And the other was, there's no immediate need for anything. Just patient. Just give it time. It just wants time. What if this was you look back and this was really one of the really great days that trickled through as you were talking, and and I realized the labeling of the day, I caught that I had to be so careful. And it's okay to have all the emotions. I hope everybody, because for Stevie, I said, look, I'll defend my mood to the end of time. You just need to move over. And then you can let it go. Because you honored it and let it go. So this is a different flow. This is doing the work for ourselves that we came to do for all of this.
Wow. Yeah. So focus however you want to focus on that flow. That what if this is a good day? And what if tomorrow is an even better day? So given that, what do you want to do? I'm really okay to do gems all the time personally, but
I heard gems and I thought, oh, they're probably so tired of doing gems. It's like, no, gems.
are we good with gems? All right, so, oh my gosh. So in light of what we just said and what Kate and Nancy just said, but what all this said, in light of that flow, that, allowing flow, dropping of resistance, being okay with what is, knowing that it is a good day when we look back. And in all of that, we do know all is well. And it is done. When we remember all of that, we know all is well. And it is done because we have and we continue to quantum shift ourselves, our minds, our attention, our world, and miraculous outcomes. So hold that as we scan. All right. First one is emerald. A universal heart cleanser and balancer, energies of the divine mother and the divine feminine gently coaxes the heart to open to allow a greater experience of love in the physical body. Next one is azurite. Grounding communications opens and strengthens the connection between the feminine earth forces and the fifth chakra. Helps us communicate with vitality, authenticity, and gentleness. Next one is diamond. Brings clarity to the sixth chakra, harmonizes mind and personal will, helps us activate personal will in its highest form, strengthens our ability to act in alignment with divine purpose. Next one is Jadeite Jade. That's an often one for us, I think. A vibration of peace, balance, and timeless simplicity helps us stay centered in the moment with an awareness and acceptance of our true essence. And the last one is Rhodolite Garnet. Rhodolite Garnet increases our ability to inhabit the physical body, helps us reconnect energetically with parts of the body that have been injured or traumatized, rebuilds the web of etheric energy in areas disrupted by surgery.
Can you read that one more time?
Yes. Increases our ability to inhabit the physical body, helps us reconnect energetically with parts of the body that have been injured or traumatized, rebuilds the web of etheric energy in areas disrupted by surgery. Are you looking it up, Steve? Let's see if we can pull it up real quick. Whoa.
It's beautiful.
That's cool. What color, what would you call the color?
Almost like a ruby color or something,
Mhm.
but a energized ruby or something.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Electric ruby.
Yeah, it kind of comes in and out a little bit. So
Yeah, I see that.
back it up a little bit. Do you have a background on?
Oh, I bet I do.
Yeah. There, that's, yeah, cool. Wow,
I'll post it.
cool. All right. So let's dive into those and see what we get. 5 minutes? I mean, which is really 6. All right, here we go. Take a breath. Open, 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 and receive. Take a breath in. Notice what you noticed. And what did you notice? How was that?
I was on a river trip. It was like going down a river, and there's this times when it's, you know, the sun is out and it's beautiful and it's warm and it's just nurturing, and you feel the, you know, and it's just flowing really easily. And then I noticed there's the times when then there's also the times when it's cold at night. It gets really cold and feel more like shivering. But there's this um oh, the other part that I was starting to say is about the rocks, you know, that you can see ahead and you see there's rocks coming. And so just learning how to move your body to shift the boat one way or the other way and just go around them. And so it ends up being really easy to just move around and flow. So that's the flow and the being present and the accepting what it is. You know, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's really warm and nice. Um, and then so it's like this attitude of or the acceptance and flow and clarity was the other thing, about just being able to be present with what you, the important part was knowing, being present. So I would know whether I had to move the boat or those times you could just drift and it was just really relaxing. And other times you had to pay a lot more attention because of, you know, the way the stream was going. But I love this kind of trip. So it was really fun for me.
That's awesome. So much symbology in that.
Yeah.
I'll share mine because it was kind of, well, it was all over the place actually. The cat was up here, he was walking around and making noise and shuffling this little yogurt cup that I let him have a bit of yogurt from. And went outside and was chomping on his little, you know, crunchy foods. And I heard him go downstairs, and there was some traffic outside that was going on, and I just felt very distracted. And then, without even realizing that it happened, I kind of shifted into this flow to go along with with our theme here. But it was like a dark, peaceful space. I don't know if it was river, if it was space, or whatever it was, but it was just, you know, gliding through this dark, peaceful place. So
Cool.
I was kind of focused on from Jade, I think it was peace, balance, and timeless simplicity. And so that was just kind of flowing in me. And then you know how at the beginning of Star Wars, those letters come. Well, that was like peace, balance, and timeless simplicity. So I was like watching that banner for a while, and then I kind of went behind the banner and I was in that dark, quiet space that Steve was in, but I didn't see him there. But apparently we were in the same space and it was very peaceful. Peaceful balance with timeless simplicity.
Beautiful.
I don't know where I went. At first I was focused on kind of looking at my notes and I thinking, I don't remember that we've had diamond. I don't remember diamond before. We probably have, but I didn't remember it. So, and I thought, well, that if you had that thought, what is there about it that you need to know? And it was about the clarity to the sixth chakra, I think it was. So it's like, oh, okay, let's not think that. Let's just be there. And then of course the last one, the rhodolite garnet, I just sunk into the rebuild of the web of that was disrupted by surgery. I went there, just went into that web rebuilding or within and what, and at first, and I was thinking, I was in and I was thinking, and then all of a sudden thought left. I have somebody down here who wants so much attention right now. So he was kind of part of my experience too. He just wants attention. And I thought, well, that's like you're at what I felt was, I guess, a release or a letting go. I was doing a breath work release technique, and I just went into it. It felt so quiet. It felt so quiet. Like you say peaceful, but it's just, yeah.
Mine was really quiet and really spacious also. It was, it felt like, I don't have a lot of words today. I don't, it's like, it was just spacious. But towards the end of it, I started feeling, because it was fifth, what was it? Heart, fifth, and sixth, right? That it was like, I don't know if we had the heart, but anyway, it seemed like it. Fifth chakra, sixth, oh, heart cleanser, emerald, and then fifth and sixth. So I just kept doing like alignment, chakra alignment. I used to do those a long time ago as a energetic treatment, but it just, they were like synchronizing, like shh. And then when that happened, it just went like completely nothing. So maybe I was in that dark void of peace and space with y'all.
Well, I had to look it up because I just couldn't remember. So it's like the third eye.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten that. So
Yeah, the sixth is, the fifth is the throat and the heart. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go again. It's 8 minutes after. So you want 1 minute or 2 minutes? Okay. So feeling where everybody was, feeling where you were, and we'll just like wrap it up with this 1:20. Here we go. Take a breath. Notice what you notice. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How was that one?
I came out just feeling incredibly hopeful.
Hmm.
that's the best word I can put, hopeful about, I had our saying come through. I was focused on miraculous outcome, and I go, well, when did you let go of that one? When did that happen? Oh, let's bring that back in. And yeah.
Ooh, very cool.
I was just humming this song, John Michael Talbot's song, Come to the Quiet.
Mm,
And it just was kind of there. And that was my whole experience.
very cool. Come to the quiet. Love it.
Well, the two words that came up for me were just simply deep flow,
Mm,
as before. So I went right straight back there.
very cool.
Um, still felt like I was in this flow, but my mind was really active. And what I was aware of was some of the things that I've been pondering and considering what to do, with all my projects and stuff. I was getting answers. It's like, oh, I forgot. I could, like what, the struggle I'm having. I love sweaters, and I have all these sweaters, and you don't get to wear sweaters very much in Austin. And so I finally got them all together, and thinking I was going to give them away, but I don't want to give them away, But I got this idea about, oh yeah, the whole thing about giving them away. If I give them to the people that I know would really value them, like I have, that would make it easier. And then the whole thing about vibrations and doing these things and using the Healy and I was thinking, and I have all these Bach flower remedies, so I have all these little bottles, and I haven't used them for a couple of years, but somebody would really like those, so it was the awareness is about how problem solving, but awareness is that very helpful.
That just came from the space, right? Came from the flow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm. For me, that time, as soon as I closed my eyes, it was like the space, we just anchored that space, like down through the body, down into the earth. It just, so it was solid. Just hanging out there. That'll work for me. All right, y'all. Next week I have a board meeting. I still have 2 more board meetings. So next week we won't meet, but I'll be in Arizona. So if you're cold, just let me send you some warm.
I'll be at a pickleball camp in Dallas. So.
Oh, you will, won't you? How is it all week, Steve?
No, it's just Monday and Tuesday.
Okay,
We're going up on Sunday evening and back on Wednesday morning.
cool. Have fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All
So
right.
you fly into Arizona?
Yes.
So just a suitcase or 2 and that's it.
Just a suitcase or 2 for 4 months.
There we go.
It's a little tricky.
I
But
was gonna say.
especially because we're going to get all 4 seasons.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
And
we
it-
won't get winter, but I'm going to Ohio, and
Oh,
that will
yeah.
definitely be winter in December.
mhm.
And so, yeah. And then I go, I want to be a minimalist traveler. I need like a capsule wardrobe that has like 4 things in it.
You could do what I did. I took myself out just shopping. A friend encouraged me to go because I just, how you don't like anything in your closet and nothing fits right and you're not happy with how things fit, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, we went, bought beautiful winter outfits for 3 of them, sweaters and scarves for Colorado. And it immediately turned back to the 70s and the 80s. Right after that. So I know how to bring summer back here, but yeah. Anyway. Thanks, guys. I feel
Thanks, everybody.
I was long overdue for this. I didn't realize how overdue.
Me too.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Love you.
Happy
all.
travels, everybody.
Happy
Yeah,
travels. Yeah.
thank
Fun,
you.
Love
everybody.
y'all all.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye, ladies.
All right.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.